Brittany Bryden, welcome to my channel. Today's class is going to be on the challenging side. I'm not going to lie. We're going to do a mat Pilates inspired class, but using sliders. So you're going to need 2 sliders. Now, if you don't have sliders, you can use towels. If you don't have a towel, maybe you have some paper plates, anything that will just help give you a slidey surface. We will be doing some stuff on the hands. So while we're doing that, if that's way too much to be on the hands, just do what we're doing on your forearms, or, take a break. Just please remember to listen to your body, modify it however you need. So we're going to start off by folding our mat. So you're going to take the back of your mat, you're going to fold it in half, depending on your space. I don't have much space back here, so I'm going to fold it again. Now, make sure you have your 2 sliders. Just place them off to the side for a second, and we'll start by just warming up in some cat-cows. So bring your hands onto the mat, knees under the hips, pull your chest forward, send the tailbone up, and then round, push away from the floor. Inhale, chest forward, tailbone up, and then round. And then start to play around with it. You can do some circles to the hips, the rims, whatever feels good. You can change your hands by turning your fingers around, fingers facing your knees. We'll do one more. And then if you do have your hands turned around, you're going to turn your hands face forward. So your arms are going to stay straight, just working through your shoulder blades. Lower your chest down towards the floor, so you're going to bring your shoulder blades towards one another. And do the opposite, you're going to spread the shoulder blades apart, so protract, keep the crown of the head reaching forwards. Arms stay straight again, you're going to retract through the shoulder blades, and squeeze towards one another. And then protract, spread them apart. One more time, retract. And then protract. Now keep the protraction. Pelvis is going to stay in neutral. Tuck your toes under and hover your knees just an inch above the ground. So I want you to feel like you're wearing a corset around your core. So you're drawing those frontal hip bones towards one another. You're not sinking towards the ground. You keep pushing away from the floor. Hold here for another 3, 2, and then set your knees down. Untuck the toes and send your hips back into child's pose. Sending the breath right into the back. You can add some movement of the hips going side to side. And then roll forwards in the table. Okay, so now I want you to take one of those sliders and you're going to place it underneath your left foot. So if it's really uncomfortable to be on your right knee, instead of having your hands on the mat, you can slide the mat under your knee. You're going to take your left leg back. So find that protraction through the shoulder blades. And then you're going to side sweep. So take your leg out to the side, bring your leg forwards without moving your shoulders. So keep your shoulders stacked over top of the wrists. And then you're going to sweep it back. Turn your toes down to face the floor. And externally rotate from the hip. You're going to sweep the leg to the side. And then sweep it back. So you're just going to go at your pace. Now if you prefer to move with some music in the background, I have lots of playlists on my Spotify that you can put on the background. So 4, 3, 2, and then 1. So you're going to sweep it back. So your toes are facing the ground. Now pull your left knee in towards your chest, bring the slider in. Take your leg directly to the left side, and then sweep it back. Pull your knee in towards your chest, sweep it out to the side, and then sweep it back. You can either stay in this variation. If you want to do this in a plank, you're going to step your right foot back, pick your knee up, pull your left knee in to the side, and then sweep back. So really ready, you have about 3 more, whichever variation you chose. 2, 1 more. Okay, so if your knee is down, you're going to pick your knee up so you're meeting in a plank. Now pull your left knee in towards your chest, like you're coming into a falling triangle. You're going to drop your back heel down towards the floor. Take your leg out to the right side and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Set your right hand down and come back into the plank. Send it back. Pull your left knee in your chest. Take it out to the right, back heel down, right arm up. Set the hand down, you're in a plank. So as you do a few more, you have the option to add in a push-up before you do it again. Again, this is your practice. So add what you want, take out what you want. Just stay in tune with the breath. Pay attention to your form. 1 more. Good, and then we'll meet in a downward dog. So it might be super awkward with the slider. You're gonna bend the knees. And then roll forwards into a plank. Set your knees down on the floor. All right, so we're gonna stay using the left side and you're gonna come up to stand. You can either have your right foot on the ground or you can have your foot on your mat, whichever one you prefer. Left foot's gonna stay on the slider. You're gonna come into a split squat lunge. You're gonna take it back, bend your left knee. Your torso's gonna lean forwards a little bit, front ribs in and down. Then as you come up, I want you to drive your right foot down to the floor. Feel like you're pulling your front heel towards your back foot and slowly bring yourself up. So I want you to try not to rush through this. You're gonna take it back, bend your knee, lower down, and drive your foot into the ground and pull yourself up. Keep going. Being aware of those times when you start to disassociate, especially when it gets hard. So when that happens, I want you to bring your awareness back into your body, into the breath. Remind yourself that you are strong, you are capable. And then next time you go down, you're going to go down into a pulse. So left knee's hovering above the floor. You're going to pulse for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come up to stand. Turn to face your left side. So your left big toe is going to stay in the slider. Right foot is parallel. Take it into a side lunge. So the leg's going to go up to the side, and as you do that, you're going to bend your right knee. Butt is going to go back and down. Knees tracking over top of the middle toes. Press your big toe into the slider, pull it in, and come all the way up to stand. So you're going to take it out. Butt goes back and down. And drive your foot in the slider. Take your time as you come up. Now this time go down to the bottom of the lunge, take it out. You're gonna be in an isometric hold on the right side. You're gonna bend and straighten your left leg. So you're gonna pull the slider in and then kick it out. Pull it in, kick it out. So for 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So now you're gonna stand up, turn around and face the front. Left toes are still on the slider. So you're going to take it back this time in your lunge. Your left leg's going to be straight. And then as you drive your right foot down, you're going to pull it in and come all the way up to stand. So take it back, hinge forwards. Think about always having tension between the frontal hip bones and the low ribs. 4 more. Lower down for 4. 3. 2. Now go down to the bottom of the lunge. You're going to take your hands to the mat. Now you have the choice. If that second slider is close to you, you're going to set your right foot on the slider and come back into a plank. If it's not, you'll just bring both feet onto that one slider. So we're going to come into a bear. So shoulders stay over top of the wrist, protract through your shoulder blades. Bend your knees, pull the knees in, knees come under the hips. Kick it back into a plank. So as you continue to do this, try not to transfer your weight back into the feet. So you're going to keep your weight forwards. You got this. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Knees down, child's pose, catch your breath. Maybe grab some water if you need some water. Well done. And then rolling up to the spine, sit on the heels. Rest your hands on the thighs, close down your eyes. Take a nice big breath in. Exhaling out. All right, ready? Second side. So you're gonna take one of the sliders off to the side. Either hands on the mat or bring your mat back so that your knee's on the mat. So the left knee's on the ground, right foot's on the slider, take your leg back. So before you go any further, set up your form, protract to the shoulder blades, crown of the head reaching forwards. Then you're gonna sweep the leg out to the side, bring your leg forwards without your hips going to the left, and then sweep it back. Side, sweep it back. Four, three, two, and then one. So sweep it back, toes face the floor. Now pull your right knee in your chest. Take your leg directly to the side and then sweep it back. So you're either staying in that variation with your left knee down or you're stepping your leg back and you're doing it in plank. You have three more. 3, 2, one more. And now when you bring your knee into the chest, falling triangle, take your leg to the left, back heel down, left arm up, set your hand down, sweep it back into a plank. So you have the option to add in that push up and keep going. Three more. Last one. Set your knees down. Ooh! Shake that out. I don't know about you, but I am sweaty. Alright. So we're going to stand up. It's your choice to have either your left foot on the ground or on the mat. Left foot's on the slider. Take the slider back, bend your back knee. You're leaning forwards a little bit. You're grounding down through your left foot. And then slowly pull yourself up as you come up to stand. So when we're working with sliders, instead of thinking about doing a bunch of reps, I want you to think more time under tension. So can you engage a little bit more and slow down your tempo rather than rushing through it? Four, three, two. I'm going to go down to the bottom of your lunge and pulse for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up to stand. So now you're turning your face to the right. And you go the other way so my butt's not in your face. Side lunge, take it up to the side. So make sure your leg's going directly to the side, not in front or behind, but back and down. Press the right big toe to the slider to pull it in and come up to stand. So again, you do not have to stay at my pace. Pay attention to your practice. You have 2 more. Stay with me though, we're almost done. Now you're going down to the bottom of the lunge. Isometric hold on the left side, you're bending and straightening your right leg. Just pull it in, kick it out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up to stand. All right, you got this. Let's do it. So you're going to turn to face the front. This time your right leg is straight. You're taking it back. It's like you're pressing the back of the right knee to the ceiling. As you lower down, you're hugging your left hip back. You're hinging forwards with the torso. And you're driving down to your left foot to help pull you up. So I know you're at that point where it's hard and mentally you're trying to do anything but be right here. But just remind yourself that you can do hard things. And it's temporary. You have 3 more. 2. Now you're going to go down to the bottom. So hands either to the mat or the floor. You have the option to place both feet on the slider that you have or grab your second slider. So shoulders over top of the wrists, there, pull it in and take it back. If this is a lot and your hands and your wrists are just not having it, you can do more of the bare forearms. You can also work on a plank to pike. You have the knees bent where you pop the hips up and then take it back. Whichever variation that you're in, you're going to take 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Oh, woo, well done. Lower your knees down, child's pose. Close the eyes. Connect to your inhales and your exhales. And then slowly roll up to the spine. All right, so before we close off, we're gonna do a little bit of core work with the sliders. So you're gonna sit on your mat, turn around and face the back, grab those sliders. If you only have one, then just bring both feet onto the slider. Hands are slightly behind you, fingers face your glutes. Heels on the sliders. Start by bringing your knees in towards your chest. So you're gonna flex your feet. Now you can either use the hands or not on this. So you're gonna tuck your pelvis under. You're gonna take the sliders out, legs go long, front ribs in and down. So you're gonna have a bend the elbows and hug them in, and then drive your heels down and pull the sliders in as you lift the chest. Or you can reach your arms forwards. So legs go long, tuck the pelvis under, going back till the back of the pelvis taps the floor, and then flow yourself in. When you go back, make sure you're not going into an anterior tilt. Tuck under, and you're in spinal flexion. We're gonna do 4 more. Take it up for 4. 3. 2. Now when you go back, take it out. Reach your arms forwards and then tiny pulses. Lift up an inch and then back. You can do it, say with me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Lay down on your back. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Rock side to side. So you can unfold your mat. You can also just lay on the floor. Just have your feet down on the ground, wider than hip distance. Let your knees rest in towards one another. And before you rush out, just take a moment to breathe. So rest the hands on your ribs. Nice big inhale. Long exhale. Doing a few rounds. Rest here for as long as you need. It was so fun to guide you through your practice, and I hope to see you again. I always like to leave you with a gentle reminder. Be humble and always be kind. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.